Hello, sir. We are here in a very special, particular place on the circuit. It's Parc Fermé. We are glad that we were invited over here because not everyone can enter this place. And we bumped into you, and you are checking the car. What are you doing here?
Yeah, my role within the Master Series is eligibility scrutineer. So each car has a set of papers, which we call HTP papers. So each car has its own set of papers for that particular car, which has a serial number on the papers, also stamped onto the car. They must correspond. Then I look at those papers to make sure that the car is the same as what's on the papers.
Okay, and from what organization are you?
I'm a member of the MSA back in Britain, which is the governing body of motorsport, as an eligibility scrutineer and as well as a safety scrutineer.
What part are you checking today on these cars?
All the cars we've got here today in Parc Fermé, we're checking shock absorbers to make sure they comply again with the papers that we've been given.
Did you found any irregularities?
Not at the moment. We've had a good weekend regarding eligibility issues. We find minor things that don't really warrant a fine or a grid placement or a movement in the sort of results. So we've had nothing major this weekend at all.
Most of these cars are very old. Yes. Over here, so I can imagine that it's very difficult nowadays to find the right original parts. Is this also the case for these cars?
No, not really. We don't seem to have an issue with that at all. Obviously, the cars are checked at the beginning of the season. The fuel tanks are dated, so they have a life. Major components, they seem to not have problems with. Sourcing them anyway.
At this moment you are checking the shock absorbers, but what parts are also very important for safety?
Oh, safety-wise, obviously you've got your brakes, even your driver's position in the car. His harnesses, they must be in date. Certain harnesses for certain types of people, if they're wearing a hands device, would be different belts to what they would if they didn't wear a hands device. Safety-wise, roll cages, we always check a roll cage to make sure it's functioning as it should and it's in its correct condition. As I say, brakes, brake lines, reservoirs, that the fluid is correct in correct levels. That's really, you know, the longer you do it, the more you get familiar with the car and you seem to be able to see things a lot quicker and it registers in your mind that you're happy at the end of the day. Safety is the same on that car as it would be on the cars that's on the circuit at the moment. The actual safety procedure is exactly the same for every car. So we look at virtually the same components. Maybe they may be 1930s, 1940s, up to the modern 2014. But basically it's still the same set of rules and for safety.
That's great. Thank you very much.
You're more than welcome. Thank you.